You are welcome back from break. Let's continue from where we stopped. Now we come to the next subheading, which is subtraction of number bases. We've done that of addition. Here we come to subtraction. Example 1. Calculate the following in their respective bases. 11101 base 2 minus 1011 base 2. Then B and C. Let's attend to them one after the other. Generally, in mathematics, when we subtract and we need to borrow 1, let's consider this. If you are to subtract 19 from 22, you know the answer, right? But if you just say you want to arrange it like this and you want to do it, 22 is in base 10, 19 is in base 10. So if you want to subtract 9 from 2, you say it's impossible. You borrow 1 from these two. Taking the 1 here, you say it becomes 12. Why? It doesn't just change to 12. There is a principle behind it. By what principle does it change to 12? By bringing 1 here and you say, you put it there and it turns to 12. Why? The principle is that anything you borrow turns to your base and you add it to where you borrow it for. Do you understand? 22 is in base 10, 19 is in base 10, meaning that this operation is carried out in base 10. So if it is in base 10, any 1 we borrow will become 10. Like subtract 9 from 2 is impossible. Borrow 1 from these 2. That 1, as you borrow it, it turns to 10, your base. So add 10 to 2, it becomes 12. That is the reason it becomes 12. Not just that, I don't know, it just becomes 12. Once you borrow 1 to 5, it becomes 15. The reason is that the 1 you borrow under base 10 operation turns to 10, and you add that 10 to whatever, and it gives you the new status of it. Do you understand? So you now subtract 9 from the 12, it gives you 3. The 1 remaining here, 1 from 1 is 0. So answer is 3. 22 minus 19 is 3. But the reason behind that 2 changing to 12 is what I have explained. Now carry it here now. We are operating in base 2 here. That means any 1 we borrow will turn to our base, turn to 2. So subtract 1 from 1, that is 0 in base 2. Subtract 1 from 0, it is not possible. Borrow 1 from this one, so it remains 0 there. The 1 you borrow turns automatically to your base, that is to 2. Add that 2 to this 0. 2 plus 0 is 2. So you can now subtract 1 from that 2. It gives you 1. Are you following? Don't forget that this one has remained 0. Subtract 0 from 0. Answer is 0. Subtract 1 from 1. Answer is 0. The 1 remaining here, just bring it down. That's all. Come to question B. Subtract 1 from 0 is not possible. Borrow 1 from this 1, so it remains 0 there. The 1 you borrow turns to your base. Your base is 2. The 1 you borrow turns to 2. Add 2 to 0, making 2. Subtract 1 from the 2, you have 1 back. Or in base 2. So this remains 0. Subtract 1 from that 0 is not possible. Borrow 1 from this as well, so it remains 0 there. The 1 you borrow turns to your base 2, and add the 2 to 0 here, it is 2. Subtract 1 from 2, you have 1. Don't forget this is 0. Subtract 1 from 0 is not still possible. Borrow 1 from here, so this remains 0. The 1 you borrow turns to 2, add it to 0, that's 2. Subtract 1 from 2 is still 1. Don't forget this is 0. And you have nothing to subtract from it, so just lift it down. 0. This one here, there is nothing to do with it, so lift it down. And that's your answer. Come to the last one in example 1. Subtract 0 from 0. That gives 0 in base 2. Subtract 1 from 0. It's not possible. Borrow 1 from this 1, and this 1 remains 0. The one we borrow turns to our base, 2. Then add that 2 to 0. It becomes 2. Subtract 1 from 2. It gives us 1. Subtract this next 1 from 0. It's not possible. Then the close by digit here is also 0. So go to the far away here to go and borrow 1. Borrow 1 from this one, it remains 0. The one we borrow, as soon as you pick it up, it turns to your base, which is 2. Add the 2 to this 0, it becomes 2. Borrow 1 from the 2, it remains 1. The one you borrow from the 2 turns to 2. Add it to this 0, it becomes 2. Now subtract 1 from the 2, it gives you 1. Are you following? Subtract 1 from this 1, it gives you 0. This already remains 0, so if you put the 0, it doesn't make any difference. Therefore, 110 base 2 is the answer. So the 00110 base 2 is actually 110 base 2. Now we come to example 2. Calculate the following in their respective bases. We have this in base 5, this in base 7, this in base 3. Let's start with the question here. Subtract 3 from 1. It's not possible. Borrow 1 from this 1, so it remains 0. The one we borrow, as soon as we pick it up, it turns to our base. And what's our base? 5. Add that 5 to 1 here, it becomes 6. Subtract the 3 now from 6. So it gives you 3 in base 5. So don't forget that this remains 0 here. Subtract 3 from 0 is not possible. So borrow 1 from this 3. And this 3 becomes 2 automatically since you borrow 1 from it. The one you borrow from it, as soon as you take it up, it turns to your base, which is 5. So add 5 to this 0. It becomes 5. Subtract 3 from 5. You have 2. This remains 2, don't forget. So subtract 2 from 2. That is 0. Therefore, answer is 23. Base 5. Let's go to B. Let me check up. Do you understand this question 2A? Good. Subtract 6 from 5 in base 7. It's not possible to subtract 6 from 5. So, we borrow 1 from this 4. So the 4 remains 3. The one we pick, we borrow there. As soon as we take it up, it turns to our base, which is 7. Add the 7 to 5, and that is 12. Subtract 6 from 12, it gives you 6 in base 7. Subtract 4 from 3, that remains there. It's not possible. Borrow 1 from this 3 here, and this 3 also will become 2. The one you borrow will turn to your base, which is 7. Add 7 to 3. That is 10. Subtract 4 from 10. That gives 6. Subtract these 2 from the remaining 2 here. That is 0. Therefore, our answer is 66 base 7. Let's go to the last question in this example 2. Subtract 2 from 1. It's not possible. Borrow 1 from this 1. So this one becomes 0. The one you borrow there, which you pick up, becomes your base, which is 3. Add 3 to 1, that's 4. Subtract 2 from 4, you have 2. Be 3. Subtract 2 from 0, it's not possible. Borrow 1 from these 2. This 2 becomes 1. The one you borrow becomes the base, which is 3. Add 3 to 0, it's still 3. Subtract 2 from 3, so you have 1. Subtract 1 from 1, that is 0. Therefore, our answer is 12 base 3. And that is the end of that example 2. Let's consider example 3. Calculate the following in their respective bases, still under the subtraction. Subtract 3 from 4, that is 1 in base 5. We can write it down straight because the 1 is not up to the base. Subtract 4 from 2, it's not possible. Borrow 1 from this 3, and the 3 will become 2. The one you borrow will first become your base. That one we borrow will become our base, and our base is 5. So if the one you borrow turns to 5, add the 5 to these 2, that is 7. Subtract 4 from 7, it gives us 3. Subtract this 1 from the 2, up A, that is 1. So our answer is 131 base 5. Straightforward. Let's consider the B. Subtract 2 from 3, that is 1 in base 4. Subtract 3 from 1, it's not possible. Borrow 1 from these 2, so these 2 remains 1. The one you borrow becomes 4, your base, and that 4 is added to this 1 to become 5. Subtract 3 from 5 to get 2. So, this is 1. Subtract 1 from 1, that is 0. Therefore, our answer is 21 base 4. And lastly, subtract 7 from 0. We are subtracting these in base 8. As it is not possible, so we borrow 1 from this 7. So the 7 remains 6. The one we borrow turns to our base, which is 8 here. Add 8 to 0. That is 8. Still, subtract 7 from 8. We have 1 in base 8. Subtract 7 from the remaining 6 here is not possible. So borrow 1 from this 4. The 4 remains 3. The one we borrow turns to 8, our base. So add that 8 to 6. What do you have? 8 plus 6, that is 14. So subtract 7 from the 14. So we have 7 back. Subtract 3 from the remaining 3 here, that is 0. Therefore, our answer is 71 base 8. And that is it. So as far as subtraction of number base is concerned, I don't expect you to have any issue. It's not clear to me. I don't understand it. You should understand it. Now, thank God for technology. If any of this lecture is not clear to you, you have the privilege of playing back. Play back, listen again, rewatch, then concentrate while you are doing all that. Thank you.